While the political uncertainty continues here in France, Edouard Philippe, the country's former prime minister under Emmanuel Macron, has announced that he's throwing his hat into the ring for the presidency in 2027. Philippe has remained a popular figure in France since resigning from the prime minister's post in 2020. We can now bring in France 24's Angela Diffley to talk more about this further. Angela, does this change anything at all?
No, it doesn't. Some people are arguing it's kind of tone deaf to announce this now. There's enough going on without talking about whether or not your personal ambition and your ambition for France, he would say, for the 2027 presidential elections, does that matter right now? It does indicate something quite interesting. The atmosphere in France at the moment, the vibe is kind of at once chaotic and oddly very still. It's a very strange mood in the country. And it is true that for the first time in a long time, the far left element of this grouping in Parliament, which won the biggest number of MPs, have put forward the motions to impeach President Macron. Now, that has no chance of happening, but even talk of such an idea is astonishing. No one would have thought that just 6 months ago. There is also open debate about whether Macron might resign. That, too, there is absolutely nothing about Emmanuel Macron's character, as we know it, which suggests that he would ever entertain that idea. And there is no constitutional need for him to do so. But it is an indication of the bonkers climate at the moment in politics.
Speaking about the bonkers climate in politics, how are we on that search for a prime minister?
So 50 days in, and we are in a very odd situation. So Macron is consulting people, has been for a time now, and it's reached a slightly odd situation where both the extreme right and the extreme left have a sort of veto on who might be chosen. Macron is almost checking with Marine Le Pen, the parliamentary leader of the far-right Rassemblement National, which was boycotted by many French people. And Macron said how dangerous it might be if such a party got power. She has ended up with almost a veto on any name that might be nominated by Macron. And she has let it be known that she would favour some sort of neutral technocrat, with the condition that that person might introduce proportional representation. On the far left, they have pledged they've changed slightly, said they won't veto specific names, but that they want pension reform. This totemic battle that Macron wanted pushed through, they would like that perhaps overturned as a condition of them not toppling any name put forward by Macron. It is very difficult to see. New name has come out a bit today. David Lisnau, the mayor of Cannes, he has the advantage of not having a personally very difficult situation with Marine Le Pen, and it's conceivable that there might be enough votes on the right for that. Who knows?
Angela, when Emmanuel Macron called those snap elections, everyone was questioning why exactly he did it. Now it's been nearly 2 months since the results of the parliamentary polls, and we still don't have a prime minister. Everyone seems to call into question what exactly he's doing here.
Yeah, there will be few people who think that these elections in June, July were a good idea. Everybody must be wondering, and Macron himself perhaps, was that a good idea? After that, it should be remembered, it's not the same as the United States. Macron has the right under the Constitution to pick a prime minister. And for him, the difficulty has been reading the message that the electorate sent. Because although the biggest grouping in Parliament, the biggest number of MPs, is on the left, that includes a far left component, which he and very many French voters consider to be too extremist, as bad as the far-right Rassemblement National. He is worried about what they might do to the economy, and he's worried that they might be immediately voted out of power, and that France's stability would be under threat. It is difficult to read the message the electorate sent. There is an argument that Macron, although it's his right to appoint a prime minister, should not be prioritising the economy, the stability of the country. He should simply let democracy run its course. They have the highest number of MPs. If they get toppled, they get toppled. Let a very imperfect democracy run its course. It's true that he has given himself a very difficult job doing this, and it doesn't look like it's working out that well so far.